Yeah.
Deborah is back in Australia right now on the desk, a 6-date tour coming up, and she's going to talk to us about it. It's nice to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. It is an unqualified delight to be back at the project. Thank you so much for having me.
So nice to see you. Hey, you start every episode by saying, I'm not a feminist, but...
I'm a feminist, but absolutely. It's a little confessional for feminism to get, slough off any guilt you might be carrying before it turns to shame. Like, for example, I'm a feminist, but when I sat down here tonight, I thought, this is not my good side. I want to be there where you are, because look at this is my chocolate side. That's what they say in Germany. Can you see?
We can swap if you like.
Yeah, I would love to, because look how pretty I am on that side. This side, ordinary.
Yep, I like swap. Would it be like, I'm a feminist, but I keep tweezers in my car to pluck out chin hairs?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
I am a feminist, but recently I wanted a new headshot, and I showed my husband a picture of myself, and I went, does this look a bit Dove campaign for real beauty? And he said, no, darling, you look lovely. And I thought, well, that campaign's failed.
Wait, so you've done 393 episodes. So is that correct? Have I got the right number?
Yeah, we're verging on 400. We're cusping.
Wow. So
Edging.
So that's edging. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, whoa.
I'm a feminist, but...
So you've found...
Okay,
that means
made
you've
him
found
blush.
393 butts. Do you think you'll ever run out of butts? That's a lot of butts to have.
It's a lot of butts, but, listen, whenever I do or think or say anything a little bit unfeminist, I write it down quickly. I'm
of course.
Get it down, because I always need them. But, there's always something. And I do feel like it's a great thing, because it really demonstrates you don't have to be perfect to be a force for meaningful change.
Yes.
What have been some of your favourite stories of the butt when it comes to your guests?
Oh, when it comes to my guests, I just love people who come in they often admit fantasies that they have. So not to put anyone else into it. So for me, I have one that I'm a feminist, but I sometimes fantasize about famous fictitious misogynist Don Draper from Mad Men.
Oh, yes.
And I truly believe if I met him, I could make him whole and heal his pain.
Oh. And Don Draper, not John Hamm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I'd do either, to be honest.
You'd settle for John Hamm.
Absolutely. I'm a feminist, but I was so gutted when I saw Chris Hemsworth's coming, but not on my night.
I know.
Yes.
So that sounds wrong. He's welcome to come on my night as well. But I was like, why am I not in the green room with any Hemsworth? Any or all Hemsworths?
You take any of the Hemsworths?
I mean, any or all Hemsworth. Surely,
Yeah, you
can
don't
I be
have
this
to
fussy
choose.
with
Yes.
this? On this side of my face would expect more, but not this side.
We're in dangerous territory here, but I'll ask this anyway.
Go on, Steve.
What is your definition of feminism? Only I could ask that question here.
I mean, I love that you feel only you could ask that question, and that in itself is so interesting, Steve.
It's because I'm an old white bloke.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
I feel like it is really the request/demand for equality and to be seen as a whole human being. And there are all sorts of ways in which we marginalise people, in which there's injustice based on all sorts of things, gender, race, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity. And those things really need to be addressed along with gender. But there are ways in which feminism can help you, Steve.
Look, I describe myself as a feminist, and I think the females on this desk would agree that I probably am.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about your success. 200 million downloads of your podcast. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Famous fans following you? Anyone come to know?
Well, one night we were playing the London Palladium and I went backstage because another act was on. And Emma Thompson was wandering around backstage.
Thompson?
She just came out of the audience, talked away backstage because she's Emma Thompson. And, of course, who's going to say no?
Yeah.
And she
Get
said, I'd
past
love
everyone.
to talk to the audience, but
there
we're
she
running
is.
out of time. And I said, we'll pay the late fee for you, Emma. She came out, she did full-on stand-up comedy. She started off doing stand-up comedy in the 80s.
Yeah.
She did stand-up comedy. We had Julia Gillard on, and we didn't tell the audience it was a surprise. We often have a surprise guest.
Yeah.
And we started describing her, and a few people caught on. And by the time we said that she'd done this famous misogyny speech, the audience was screaming so loudly. The sound guy said we couldn't hear her name. It was so we love that. We love just having people, come on or come out. And we've got amazing guests. We've got Bryony Dawson in Sydney. We've got Magda Sabansky in Melbourne. That's going to be a great one at Hamer Hall. So there's going to be so many. We're playing Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra, Adelaide, Perth, and a bunch of cities in New Zealand. if I've forgotten you, Brisbane.
How do you?
I was born in Brisbane.
Oh,
I've got
me
Brisbane.
too.
You've got
Sorry,
Brisbane.
were you?
You've got Brisbane energy.
Oh yeah.
I have got big Brisbane energy.
Yes.
Thank you for noticing.
Deborah, I could listen to you all day. We are running out of time, but I would like to just acknowledge that it's wonderful to have you here when, you know, gender-based violence and everything is taking place across this country, all these big conversations. How do you make that, I don't know, take some of that weight for a live show? Because it is really heavy at the moment.
The great thing about The Guilty Feminist is we are a community, and it's an army of people that come out, women, people of minority genders, but also men, cisgendered men who come out, and we want to be together, be in community. It's a place where we can laugh, we can cry, we can express our anger. There's always music. We've got this great protest singer coming out from the UK,
Fantastic.
Grace Petrie. And it's just this joyful space. We've got Alison J. Barton in Sydney and Melbourne, who's an Indigenous poet. So we've got performance poetry, we've got deep dive conversation. We really go there. Listen, I'll tell you what we can do more than anyone else. We can change your gear.
Yes.
And
that.
so, you know what?
We
Come
need
out.
you.
If you are somebody that wants to change the world, come out. You're not a drop in the ocean.
You heard
You're
her.
part of
The
a wave.
Guilty Feminist is coming. Thank you so much to Deborah.